So this is something we talked about in our last episode together about defining the problem, and we showed that video clip from Apollo 13.
Gene, we have a situation brewing with the carbon dioxide.
We had a CO2 filter problem on the lunar module,
5 filters on the limb.
which were meant for 2 guys for a day and a half. So I told the doc,
You're already up to 8 on the gauges. Anything over 15 and you get impaired judgment, blackouts, the beginnings of brain asphyxia.
What about the scrubbers on the command module?
They take square cartridges.
The ones on the limb are round.
Tell me this isn't a government operation.
This just isn't a contingency we've remotely looked at.
Those CO2 levels are going to be getting toxic.
Well, I suggest you gentlemen invent a way to put a square peg in a round hole. Rapidly.
Okay, people, listen up. People upstairs handed us this one, and we gotta come through. We gotta find a way to make this fit into the hole for this, using nothing but that. Let's get it organized.
Okay, let's build a filter.
Better get some coffee going, too, someone.
How do we make this fit into the hole for that using nothing but this? And then that engineering manager doesn't solve the problem, he just defines the problem. And that's what we can do as leaders when things are chaotic and uncertain, is create that focus by defining the problem, but then building that collective capability by not jumping in to solve it.
Yeah, and there's something that's really important about this for me because, well, first of all, I just want to admit that I've had very few leaders who do this well. When they get a problem from senior management or from a client, it's been my observation, and you can tell me if this is yours, that most of the leaders that I've worked for, they immediately kind of go into problem solving mode. You know, they start to think about how they can fix it. This tends to be me. I've got to really think
Because
about this.
We feel this responsibility. Someone just put the monkey on our back. Someone just tasked us with solving it.
And so it leads to this problem where nobody can get on board. Whereas when the leader slows down and said, no, let's figure out what is the problem that we have to solve here. It's this natural kind of bus boarding, process where the bus fully stops, the doors open, and it's this waving motion to load people on the bus. And that happens as the problem takes definition. But now everybody's in on working through this. And we've just dropped the anxiety level or the frustration of being left behind down a bunch of notches.
That reminds me, of course, of Jim Collins' concept from Good to Great of like, get the right people on the bus, and then you'll figure out the right thing to do. And so it's a pause to help people load on. And it also makes me, think about the something that came up in the Multipliers research, and someone said that their leader, and it was a leader at Intel Corporation. If we have anyone from Intel, identify yourself, shout yourself out. But he said, yeah, he didn't speak, he didn't dominate the conversation. He spoke maybe 10% of the time in the meeting. I'm already feeling guilty. And he said, and most of what he would do is use that time to crisp up the problem statement and then turn it over to the team.